Hello guys, last time I mentioned about a story of how my passport got lost while in Guangzhou, and I promised that I'll be taking you through what you should do and what you should acquire, the paperwork you should acquire in order to be in China legally. And today, in my heads, I have the paperwork of all that is needed for you to be in China legally. I'm going to take you through all the steps that you need to, or that you need to do in order to be there, in order to get the paperwork that you need to have. And my story went like this. I got to Guangzhou Bayun Airport, and I checked out at Terminal 1. And as I was leaving, I went to the SIM counter. I got my number, my phone number there. I bought my phone number, and then I decided to rush to the loose. I left my jacket at the bench and my bag at the bench, rushed to the roost. And when I came back, I just picked my jacket with one hand and my bag with the other hand, not knowing that I had placed my passport in my front pocket, upper front pocket of the jacket. And immediately I got out to those who've been there at Terminal 1, just immediately outside, there is a metered taxis. And I was heading there. My passport fell from the jacket, but I didn't notice. I continued with the journey to the hotel, and immediately I got to the hotel, allowed Tong Tong. When the receptionist requested for the passport for her to book me in, that's the time I realized I didn't have the passport. They informed me that they would not book me in unless I have the passport. And actually, it was quite hard. I had a very hard time. And since I've never been in such a situation, and I didn't know what 20 to 30 minutes drive, depending with the traffic situation. I went back, got to a taxi, hopped in, back to the Bayun Terminal 1 exit. No, for the entrance, I got in. I like literally walked everywhere, and someone advised me go to the lost and found office. It is located the Terminal 1, upper floor. That is the departures. That is departures. But my passport got lost at the arrivals exit. There is a allowed N, Terminal 1 N. If you go as if you are heading towards the security check for the departures, on your right hand side, there is an office there called the Lost and Found Items and Belongings. I went there, there was no passport. I went like literally everywhere, and the requirement for the hotel was that I had to give them a passport for them to book me in. No, I went to the police, and allowed there, another receptionist told me, just go report it to the police station. It is right there, immediately after the lost and found goods office, to the right hand side. It's approximately 30 or 40 meters from there. I went to the police station and reported. The hardest part was communication, because it's like literally some of them didn't understand English. at all, at all, at all, at all. And they spoke Chinese, and my goodness, it was one of the situations that you will not wish to be in, because fortunately one of the guards came and one of the police came. He understood English and he spoke little English, and that's the police who did help us. Little paper that says that it acknowledged that I reported the loss of my passport. And as per our standard here in Kenya, maybe this is an OB. I got it on 2nd of December. It says I lost my passport, allowed two. That is 14 hours. Okay, and I got this. And since I didn't know the procedure, I went ahead to go back to the hotel. And when I gave them this, they told, and I hope there is this police station they were communicating with, and they took a picture of this OB, as we call it here, and they sent to him. And he said, no, I needed another paperwork. But they didn't know the kind of paperwork that I needed. And that was the hardest part of it, that despite they knew I needed a paperwork for them to admit me in their hotel, they didn't know. And now another hurdle is that most people, even those who are residing there, who are from here, or some Africans that I knew, I tried calling them, and mind you, none of them understood what you are supposed to do. None of them, like literally. You know, I got amused that even some of them do not know whether we have a consulate in Guangzhou. I was surprised to realize that you live in Guangzhou, but you don't know what you should do. You don't know whether you have a consulate in Guangzhou or not. And I realized that we didn't have a consulate in Guangzhou. We only have a consulate in Beijing only, and the only one that used to exist in Guangzhou used to handle the trade part, and I don't know whether it still exists, but it couldn't handle my case. By that time, it was allowed now around 10 in the night, 10 p.m. I got back to the airport and then back to the lost and found goods, no passport yet. I went to the police again and I told them, now, okay, the hotel has refused to admit me, and they're saying that I ought to have a proper acknowledgement and a permission from you guys for them to let me in. At this time, I had not paid the hotel because I decided not to hop aloud, because this is a hotel that I've always used, and I felt comfortable there, and so I decided to continue with it and continue with my struggles. And I hope these guys did understood, although they didn't give me the actual or the proper documentation. They didn't. They understood when I told them about the documentation that was needed for the hotel to book me in. They give me this, and this paper detailed the occurrence of what happened. They gave me, it has a receipt number. The other one doesn't have. It has a receipt number, the police station, and this one. And they told me, now you not go to the hotel. Find your way aloud on how to spend the night, and then take this tomorrow to the. And they told me you can take this to the Guangzhou exit and entry and exit. After getting this paper, this notification, They told me to take it the following day because it was almost midnight, and they told me to take it to the Department of Exit and Entry Administration Bureau, and it is located at number 155 Jifang South Road, Yexu District, Guangzhou City. And I don't know whether many people know this, but those who've been there and they wanted to extend their stay, they know exactly where to go. But for us who've never extended their stay, for us who've never been in any problem that involved the visa and the passport while in China, we absolutely have no idea about where we should go. But you should go and take note of this. Immediately your passport got lost, you should first go to the near police station. And you know, one thing, when I got to the police station in the airport, I and then reported there, then went to the hotel. When they told me that I couldn't use this to be booked in, I decided to go to the Tongtong police station. And the Tongtong police station, they did send me back to the airport. And that's the thing, because if you have not got the actual statement to take it to the Entry and Exit Administration Bureau, you are not yet done, and you should not leave the police station without this paper. This notification, which indicates you should take it to the Exit and Entry Administration Bureau. And you can go allowed. If you are allowed, you will. I saw along the road heading to the Futian market. If you get this, you should go direct to the Exit and Entry Administration Bureau. Yeah, I exited. I checked out, and they told me to make sure that I come back with proper identification and now proper notification that my passport had reported to the Exit and Entry department or bureau to indicate that I was allowed to be checked in. The following day, early in the morning, I woke up, went to the Exit and Entry Bureau at Jiangsu, Yaxin Road, and they they gave me this instruction paper, and this instruction paper, lucky me, it was translated, and most of the documentation there, it is in Chinese. So do something and try to know some few things. And if I were you, I would run some few like terminologies that will help you find your way aloud, because it's so hard if you meet people who do not even understand like good morning, and they'll like literally speak in Chinese. And if you know just basic Chinese, it will help you a lot. It will help you a lot. And it says I get to do recent photographs of the applicant, report form with completed statement regarding the stolen or lost passport. The report form that is needed there, it is this one, stamped and documented properly where and how your passport got lost. One thing I noted is that there are a lot of people, and especially from our continent, from the West and other parts, who've been there for a very long time, and some of them have overstayed, and they are visa hungry. And someone told me, just report it very fast, because if it fell to long heads, it might do something that you live to regret. And so when your passport gets lost while in China, immediately the nearest police station, go report, have the documentation, rush to the Exit and Entry Administration Bureau to make sure that your passport will not be used in any other place. And even if it got used, they'll get note by the time it got used, you had reported and that was not you. So photocopy of evidence of your nationality or citizenship in a foreign country, passport or ID card, etc. And at this moment, you ought to have a photocopy of your passport or a photocopy of your ID. And if possible, you ought to take a snap or a photo of your visa. Before leaving, take a photo of your valid visa, your current visa. Have it in your phone or make sure it is backed up somewhere to prove that you are there, you had the valid, you had a valid visa and you had a valid passport by the time you are getting there. So take a photo, take a good photo, clear one, a clear one to indicate that you got there legally, and that will make your processing smooth and easy. And then if you don't have all those, and you are not fortunate enough to have them, make sure you have your national ID, the Kenyan ID. Immediately, let me talk about the Guangzhou. In Guangzhou, immediately you get out of the building, right opposite, there's like a cyber that deals with all, and they understand everything, whatever you're trying to do. If you give them this form, they give you all the necessary documents, the photocopy, and it's approximately 600 Kenya shillings for the documents and the photocopy and the passport size photo, the recent photographs of the. Number 3, that is number 4 now. And notice, obtaining a confirmation of reporting the loss of passport is not a compulsory formality for applying a new passport or temporary travel document fees. Confirmation reporting the loss of passport fees. Document fees. Fees, notice, obtaining, also I noted something else, is that obtaining a confirmation of reporting the loss of passport is not a compulsory formality for applying for a new passport or temporary travel document. So I also came to realize, contrary to what I was told, is that this paper reporting confirmation, the confirmation of the loss, confirmation of reporting of the loss of, okay. For all that process, there is no fees required. Time processing, it will normally take 2 working days for processing upon receipt of all the required document. It will normally take 2 working days for processing upon receipt of all required documents. An important notice is that the validity of a confirmation of reporting the loss of passport is 30 days. Within 30 days, you must apply for a new passport or replacing certificate at your embassy or consulate in China and apply within 30 days. Must apply for a new passport or replacing certificate at your embassy or consulate in China and apply for a visa or residence permit to the Exit and Entry Administration Department of Guangzhou Public Security Bureau, which is a confirmation, confirmation of reporting the loss of passport. Those who failed to finish such proceeding within 30 days will constitute illegal stay in China and will be punished according to the law. Immediately you get this paper, you get, now after all this, you get the documentation, almost the final step. Immediately you get this document that you are required to submit. The next thing, you're supposed to go to the Exit and Entry Administration Department of Guangzhou Public Security Bureau, third floor. Get to the third floor and there is a self-service entry, data entry that you're supposed to undertake. You go there, fill in, open the computer, fill in the required documentation, and after filling in, you submit. There is nobody who is helping you there. It's you and computers. Somehow you ought to know something, one or two, about computers, because literally there is nobody there to help you out. So you fill in, and then after filling in, you go to the fourth floor or fifth floor. I don't remember very well, but I'll confirm that for you. You go to the fifth floor. Let me stick with the fifth floor. You go to the fifth. You press the queue and get your queue number, and once your queue number is on, you can now proceed to the counter, and they will process you at a zero fees. Once they process you, you'll get a confirmation of reporting the loss of your passport. It will read your full names, your sex, your date of birth, your nationality, and the passport number that has been reported lost. The date lost and where it got lost. Okay. And it will indicate where your passport got lost, and in this case mine got lost at Bayun International Airport in Guangzhou, and they will stamp and it will indicate another footnote. It indicates be sure to apply a new passport or certificate at your embassy or general consulate in China within 30 days. And a Chinese visa should be applied immediately to the Public Security Bureau of the city in which the embassy or general consulate is located. Those who have overextended their extended will be punished by Chinese police organs. So, like literally, those are the documents that you need in order for you to have a legal stay. And with this confirmation, with this confirmation, and this confirmation, it will give you access to many other areas, and it will give you an access to the hotels. It will give you access to the airports as a domestic travel. It will give you access to the trains and other places for approximately 30 days. And within those 30 days, you should be able to apply for a new passport, and you should be able to apply for a new visa for you to be able to access all other places or needs that you should. So I thought you should know that in case your passport got lost while in China, don't get worried. Don't head to the hotel. Head to the police station, get the proper documentation, because it's a guarantee that the hotel will not admit you unless you have the confirmation of reporting the loss of passport. And I didn't tell you that immediately I got this, they admitted me immediately without further questions. And it was a lesson that I learned the hard way. I learned the hard way, and I didn't have enough information on how what I would do in case my passport got lost. And I hope I thought I should share that with those who are inspiring to travel, because it is quite a tricky place to find yourself. It's quite an awkward. You are living in the country at night, and your passport got lost, and the hotels are not after. And finally, after receiving this paperwork, uh, I went back to the airport to check if someone had found my passport and maybe reported it or had give it back to the lost and found items. And fortunately enough, I found that my passport had been reported there, and it was checked. And fortunate enough, I was fortunate enough because whoever found it took it to the lost and found, and I got my passport back. And I did not have to go all through all the processes of applying for another passport and also applying for another visa in order to be there legally. And that is that. And guys, if you are in a foreign country, take care of your passport with extreme caution, because that is all that you have as an indicator that you're in that country legally. So take care of your passports, take care of your documentation, take picture of your passport, take picture of your visa, and make sure that they are safe wherever you go. You lose anything else, but not lose your visa. Don't lose your passport, because that's what guarantees you a stay in a foreign country. So, guys, this is Biz Travel Nomads. We are taking you to China this year on a business trip. And if you're interested, reach to us via 0721 473 430. Tukuweke kwa mpango, tunawapeleka China, and especially kama wewe ni mwana biashara mdogo, we say small scale businesses, na ungetaka improve your supply chain. One of the surest way of improving your supply chain is making sure that you cut a lot of brokers who may be overwhelmed by the number of customers they have, and sometimes they deliver to you or supply to you late, or sometimes they are not consistent in supplying to you. And one of the ways you can do this is by cutting down the number of middlemen that are in your supply chain, and those who are selling imported goods, and you are sure to be able to achieve the MOQ. You are our target. You are the perfect candidate for you. And something else that I encourage people is that you can also come together, hold hands, and be able to consolidate together, and maybe the factory will be able to give you a good price. So if you are looking forward to travel to China, one thing that I should encourage you is that making sure that your business benefits from the supply chain from China, and cutting down some middlemen, it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost. I tried mine, and it came at a cost. And today I'm reaping the benefits that came with it. And one benefit is that once you achieve once you achieve that and you get a good supplier from China, is that it will cut your cost. It will cut your cost by 30%, some instances 40%, and as low as 15 to 20%. And if you consider that margin in the long run, it's a lot of money depending the quantities of your sales. And it also opens your eyes to a lot other opportunities. So sacrifice that 250,000 and make it your New Year resolution that if you've never been to China, you are going to visit China this year, and you are going to make sure that you improve your supply chain. So we are going to travel there. We are going to visit the Guangzhou various markets. Those who want to start some small businesses that may not require a lot of money. We are also encouraging you, young people, if you are a parent out there and you like to introduce your child to a greater mindset of business, also you can sacrifice that 250,000, send your child there. Amemaliza shule, hana kitu ya kufanya, it is the perfect thing. It is the perfect thing to do if he or she is a business minded. And another thing that I like to encourage and tell our parents and our people is that not everybody is a businessman or woman. And business is not an alternative. Business is a passion. Doing business, it's a passion and business mind. Not every child, any other child is business minded, and let us not force our children into doing business or forcing things which they are not into. And some of people doing business, they are doing it as their last option after all other things have failed. And business is a passion. Business is a passion. There are times when things are so tough. There are times when things are good, and it takes a business mindset for someone to pull it through. And that's why I usually say, give business people the opportunity to do business. That if your daughter or son is business minded, and she or he has that passion, it's also good you support them. If you have such a child, such a son or daughter, also there are a lot of opportunities in China. You know, if you are there and you'd sacrifice that 250,000 for your child, for your daughter or son, maybe someone who finished the university, and you'd like to open up the world of business for them, you are the perfect candidates. Hatubebi wazazi peke yake, hata hawa watoto ulio na wao huko nyumbani, na ungetaka wasome na wajue mambo zaidi kuhusiana na biashara, tafadhali walipie, pay for them. Just invest that little, 250,000, enough maybe to cater for their entire life supply chain in business, in their business life. So don't worry, make that small sacrifice, make that great sacrifice for your business, and I can promise you, you'll not regret taking such a step. Kama uko na biashara, tuko na bado nalipa mdogo mdogo. Kama ukipata yako 10,000, 15,000, 60,000, we'll have approximately two or three trips this year, and it will depend with the demand. But we'll have a minimum of two trips this year. One trip, we are going to have it on between April and May, and the other trip will have it between October and December. It will depend on people needs, and if you are there, you wish to travel with us on between April and May, contact us, reach out to us. Biz Travel Nomads. We are in TikTok as Biz Travel Nomads. Also, you find me on Facebook as Samuel Dongo. Also, you'll find us on YouTube, Biz Travel Nomads. Follow us, like, subscribe, inbox us, and then we are going to reach back to you, and we are going to give you the details and also the payment details ambazo utakuwa ukifanya in order to reserve yourself a spot. Come on guys, let's do this together. Let us improve our supply chain, and then from there later we can continue with our business as well. So guys, this Biz Travel Nomads taking it to the world. Cheers. Happy New Year.